smile a lot.
Hello, welcome to Make It Make Sense with Auntie. I am Auntie, of course. I am so excited for you all to be here with us tonight. Listen, we have had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we truly want to thank the city of Atlanta for always accepting us and being so caring. I told them I was going to make sure that I shouted them out. Shout out to Miss, what is it, Miss Sandra and Jay over at the Zaxby's. And what's that? We're gonna make sure we say the address in Smyrna, Georgia, at 2205 Cobb Parkway. Thank you so much for everything y'all made. I mean, y'all made the experience wonderful while we were there. We did have a great time. We cannot wait till we come back. So, listen.
Those are my neighbors.
Are you serious?
I love you guys. I couldn't get out. I was sick. Thank you so much.
Listen, yes, those are we, baby. Listen, I truly, truly enjoyed our visit there. We had a great time. The hospitality was awesome everywhere. Also, shout out to Mr. Austin over at the Staples. Listen, they made it an experience just to be there, just to meet people, to know like that it was so welcoming when we came there. So yes, we loved it. We are looking for possible moving our location to there. So yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Me, Miss K, and Mr. Of course, Mr. Show Out. So before we get started, we're gonna jump into our sponsors, and then from there, I have an exciting show for you, full of information. This one, I don't know if I froze or the phone.
HS Soap Company.
All right, a little bit of technical difficulties, but we want to go ahead and say thank you, thank you, thank you to our sponsors. If you have not, the HS Soap Company, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Let him know that Auntie sent you over to Pedro. That is the HS Soap Company. Also, shout out to over to Mrs. Rena Simone. If you are looking for any spiritual cleansing, healness, body, the wellness, mental wellness, you will go ahead and reach out over to Miss Rena Simone, Beauty and Wellness, and let her tell her that Auntie sent you. So I'll just say we know what's coming. It's the man of the hour, every hour. Mr. Show Out. Contact him today. He is the one who makes all of my creations possible. I am super excited and I thank you and welcome you. I'm not sure if you all can see it, but if you go ahead, if you become a sponsor right now, if you become a sponsor for the event. Right. So if you become a sponsor right now to make it make sense with Auntie Youth Event, and it is going to be brought to you by BFAM and Auntie. And I am super excited for January the 3rd. And we will be at at the spaces. Listen, at the Battery. I had a wonderful time last year. We got to go there this year while we were there visiting. I am super, super excited. If you have children, you may even have a ball. But if you have kids, you all come out. Make sure you come out. If you would like to be a sponsor, please, please reach out to me. Sponsors, if you make a donations, $25 and up, you will receive the Make It Make Sense with Auntie shirt. Oh, excuse me. And this year our theme is I'm that auntie or I'm that unc. So if you make a donation, you will receive a I'm that auntie or I'm that unc t-shirt to show your sponsorship. The shirts that they will receive this week for our sponsored children. I gotta have an auntie or an unc that they don't play about me. So excuse me, I apologize. My instance is gonna take me out. But no, so we are looking forward to this event. This event, we are doing a problem solving. So if you have youth, young adults that are dealing with things out in the world today, this is something I think you may want to be a part of. It gives them the opportunity to create. a problem solver to go ahead and come up with something that may benefit themselves and others. So we are looking forward to this event. Again, this event is January the 3rd. So you want to mark it off on your calendars. Look for fun, something exciting to do. You and the family, everybody is welcome. Come out, well, the fellowship, just have a great time. All the information will be available on the website. Again, this is January the 3rd. This is our second annual Youth Day. I am super excited. If you know me, I love kids. So, and I'm ready. I'm ready to be a part of it. Make sure this is the event. Y'all want to make sure y'all get the y'all flyers. If you see this flyer, then y'all know what time it is. It is the Youth Make It Make Sense 2026. Definitely, they are going to make it make sense in 2026. So we are super excited for this event. If you would like to be a sponsor, again, contact me today, tomorrow. But we want to get everybody. Everybody squared away. We want to make sure that if you are able to sponsor a youth for this event, if you want to make a difference in our youth life, this is the opportunity that you get. Also, for our Christmas angel tree, we do have 4 children that are on this angel tree. The ages are what was 6 and 7, and then the boys are 16 months. So if you would like to make any donations, purchase any gifts, you can contact me and we will get those over to the family for Christmas. They will be here, and I think this week they actually should be here this week. The auntie has been reaching out, so that family will be here in town for Thanksgiving, and we are looking to bless them for the holidays to make sure that we're able to provide them with a happy holiday, especially being that they have a family this year for the holidays. So if you would like to donate, purchase anything for the Christmas gift for the our angel tree, you can contact me. I can get you, more in-depth information about the family so that you can, provide them with any gifts that you are interested in giving. So tonight's show, this show, we're gonna go. I didn't do a lot of videos tonight. I only had like one particular one because this is seems to me that this particular situation. This was the first video that I saw of this type of behavior that's being exhibited. We did a story the beginning of the year of a woman and her pregnancy. She was the young lady that actually was forced to give birth after she had passed away. Now we're going to go to some stories that I have been seeing lately. This is this one, and then there was another one that was actually sent to me right before the show, so I wasn't able to get that video over. But we are going to discuss. I'm pretty sure if you're familiar with social media here, this story is taking on a lot of traction. Um, there is a young lady who went to the hospital uh, to give birth, and her experience. Um, the experience was very traumatic for her, and it wasn't anything that was because of the actual pregnancy, but it was because of a person that was there that was supposed to provide care for this woman. So we're going to go to this video, and then I'm going to open the floor for everyone to write in, call in, whatever you have to do for your opinions, because this is something, again, this touches across the board. We are being subjected to certain forms of abuse during medical care that we're supposed to be receiving. So we're going to go to the video, and then we're going to dive right in, and we're going to discuss it. You can go ahead, DC, and start the video. Let's see.
Fuck! When's your due date? Ah, right now. Is your due date 11? Ah! What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. This is your 3rd pregnancy? Yes! You have 2 babies at home? It's in my ass! You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
Okay, yeah. So we're not going to, as y'all can see with just that clip, Um, this woman was actually forced to sit in triage while she was actively giving birth. I did receive information that the nurse was fired. In this event, Miss Krista Vaughn is her name. She was fired. But the thing is, in this situation, medical care, we are, and childbirth, we've been seeing a lot, and I'm gonna speak on it. We're gonna say it happens, and a lot of people say that a lot of African Americans, Hispanics, that we have a tendency to get poor health care, and there's different things that happen. In this particular situation, I'm. I mean, and I'm truly sorry that this woman had to experience this. And thank God that there was a friend or someone in the room with her that was able to record what was happening to her, because by no means was this justifiable. Well, no, by no means is this okay. So for her to be subjected to um, the pain, the cruelty, I mean, this lady was screaming in pain. Could you imagine, like, your wife or your daughter or your sister or somebody being subjected to this much pain for whatever reasons? And I don't know what the reasons was that she had for why she felt it necessary to let this lady sit in here and scream in pain. The baby was born within a few minutes, is what the story tells me, that the baby was born, so the baby is here. But this is becoming an occurrence in hospitals. I know it's been going on, but there was just recent another young lady who was actively in labor, active in labor, who was sent back to her car because they felt that she had not dilated enough centimeters. And from what I'm told, it was about 14 minutes later that this lady gave birth. So to my men that's watching, how do you feel you would respond in a situation like this? Your wife or your children are being put in situations where they're like not being taken seriously, because this is a very dangerous situation. And I mean, I don't know um exactly the particular hospital that she was in, but I would say this, that there's somebody else that should have stepped in, because as loud as she was screaming, I feel that somebody else should have came into the room. Somebody else should have stepped in for her. I understand why the person that was with her did not leave her side, because she was already being directly abused in front of her. So I mean, I do know that she was fired, but I don't know what more they would be able to do to her. I mean, it is cruelty. It is definitely cruelty. Let's see what was said. Yeah, let's see what it was said. Right. Yeah. I mean, the video is it's like, let's say I agree. Right. It's crazy. We're gonna have to do something. Is gonna have to be so it's truly gonna have to be done. I don't know if this is a play to get people more involved in what's going on, or if this is a call for us to open up our own hospitals. And I know again, hey, call me the bad guy. I don't mind. Blame it on me, whatever. I mean, I believe, I strongly do, and I've always felt this way. This is Walter. A woman that has had 3 kids is going to give birth. Right, right, and it most definitely, her having 3 children before, she knew her body. She knew what was going on. For her to actually be screaming, like she literally told this woman, when this woman asked her, when this lady asked her, when is your due date? She told her right now, right now. So the level of disrespect was insane. I don't know if maybe she didn't realize that she was being recorded. That's why she continued to act in that manner, because it was very blatant and disrespectful. It truly was. And I pray that that never happens to anyone that's related to her. They are never subjected to that type of, You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what it is, whether it's childbirth, medical need, whatever, because karma is real, and that's insane for you to subject a child that has not even been here, born. Miss Amanda, I guarantee she didn't have insurance. They treat women very badly that don't have insurance, and you are absolutely correct. I'm telling you, you are absolutely correct. If you see any of my stories in the very beginning when I first started, I talked about the healthcare system, and I do. I just had a conversation with somebody with the healthcare system here. I'm a person that has medical conditions that apparently are not important enough to have insurance, or they feel that paying out of pocket is better for me. I don't know, but I know that I have been made a joke in the medical field. I know there were times I felt my mother was because of you know because of this our skin color. Um, because truthfully, it can't be about the whole money issue because I paid out of pocket for my procedures, so they still got paid. But maybe it was because I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that that the healthcare system needs to do better. But what I was going to say is, I do know that a lot of times I see them telling us they're giving us poor health care and they're taking away certain things. I believe that it's a time for us to build our own. And I mean, and I know people say sometimes people give you the resources to build just for them to destroy it. But I believe that, they tell us with trial and error, and we've done it before, so we know that it can be done. That if they break it, tear it down, that you just build it the next time with better materials, or with the better information. You utilize that better than the last time. So I feel as if it's time for us, take back, and that's everybody. It's not just African American people. I believe that with a lot of the stuff that's being done in the system right now, it's the opportunities for us to go in, take and create your own. That's what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know what anybody else gonna do with it, but I know at this point ain't nobody gonna tell me what they're gonna take from me. And if they is gonna take it, I'm what would they say? I'm all gassing it, no brakes until it's gone. I'm gonna utilize the opportunity to be great. Like I guess what he said, to make America great again, it's gonna have to include make it make sense for Auntie. I'm just saying that, and that's going across the board. So, again, I don't. I'm very upset about this story, because any story that comes to harming children or putting somebody at life at risk because you can, or just being a bully, because that's literally what she was doing. She knew this lady had no opportunity to go anywhere else. She knew that she could do this, and she did it. She used her level of entitlement to give this woman, to treat this woman like that. And I mean, whatever her reason is for, whatever the reasons for her doing this to this woman, is sad. I truly believe that she needs to be mentally evaluated, because any woman that would subject another woman to something like that for whatever reasons, you have to be some level of disturbed, because we know as women what childbirth is like. And for us, you know, and we're not gonna go off to that topic, but we all know that as a woman going through your cycle, menstrual, that right there is what's preparing your body for how you gonna deal with these pregnancies, the pain, the cramps, letting you know what it is. So any woman that has experienced that, to allow another woman to go through that because you have whatever hatred in your heart, is wild and insane to me. And I truly believe that you need to be medicated. I said what I said. So Miss Christopher, I pray that you never get to work into a hospital again. I pray that they take away all your resources and that you have to struggle, because at the end of the day, you subjected somebody to that. This woman could have lost her life. She could have lost her child in this. So clearly you don't have a level of compassion. So we don't have compassion for you. I don't. And that goes to the other nurse. Like I said, I just seen that one, so I wasn't able to pull up the information so we could call out the name on them, because I will definitely call you out. I don't mind. And if you feel like you have something to say, you can always come and make it make sense with Auntie on Tuesday nights at 9. That's it. That's all. I'm not like, I will not say something, because I mean, it's not to be a bully. It's to let you know that we see you, be calling you out, and you need to make it make sense. You definitely need to make it make sense. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. We got some. Uh. Oh, I'm gonna say this. Shout out to my niece who is in labor. We're gonna have us a baby tonight. We having us a baby tonight. We are super excited about that. Thank you, Lord. God is good, and we pray peace and covering over her and the baby, because we know my family ain't going for that. Listen, it won't play out like that in the hospital. There will be a story on the news. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. So in one of my other stores, we're gonna go ahead. Let's see, Amanda. I wonder if you were her supervisor, how would you handle this issue? Me? How I would handle the situation? Oh, Miss Amanda, baby, listen. So as a supervisor, first of all, when I would have came through the door, because of the level of compassion that was not present in the room, I immediately would have had her leave out of the room. I would have, you know what I'm saying? Because of the pain, you can hear the pain. You can hear this pain in this woman. And as a nurse or in a medical professional, I don't understand how this woman was still sitting in the chair and she was not hooked up to anything. So she definitely, at that moment, she definitely would have went home. She would have went home mid phone call. She would have been up out of there. She would have had to handle it with HR and everybody else. She definitely would have had to do that at that moment. It wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have waited. I wouldn't have thought about it. I promise you, she would have left up out of there right then. She would have had to go because I couldn't have did it. I can't sit there and let nobody and see nobody be bullied. And that is exactly what that is. She was using her level of power to make this woman suffer. So she would have had to suffer too, Amanda. She definitely would have had to deal with the consequences of her action because if you don't know it, I believe in accountability. I am an accountability coach. So she most definitely would have been accountable for her decision to allow that lady to sit in there like that. So she would have lost her job if I was her supervisor. And I understand they say the chain of command and all that, but she would have got that good right up. She would have been out of there. I don't play like that. I do not play like that. Not bullies, not you will not around me. And because again, and then I look at it from the lawsuit. I do. I look at things from both sides. So, and that's me responding as me, because me responding as a supervisor, somebody that is expected to provide a certain level of care. And I have worked in the medical field, so I can say this because I have worked with patients. I also have lost my mother to somebody who did not care, that was supposed to be a professional in the medical field. I experienced that. So that does hit home. A person going into a hospital or going into a facility expecting a certain level of care and not receiving that. So I do know firsthand what that is like. And I most definitely, Amanda, would have sent her home and she would have been looking for another job because I would have called in the ethics board because by no means was that ethical. Nobody can tell me it was ethical, and I wouldn't have not. I would have went against if I would have lost my own job, and I am that person. I would have lost my own job standing on what I believe, and I believe that she needed to be removed from the. Because I can't believe that she has any level of care for anybody that comes through the facility. Anybody that lets somebody sit there and go through that level of pain and do it so nonchalantly. This woman barely even turned her head to address this woman. The listen, the callousness of this woman, which leads me, and I need to go in and dig down on in her little rabbit hole to see if she has children or maybe she done experienced some level of losing her child or whatever happened. Maybe she's jealous because she want more kids. Because to treat somebody like that, baby, you got to have some stuff going on. You can't just do that. So I appreciate your question, Miss Amanda and Walter and Zoe. Listen, I'm seeing all the comments. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. But yeah, she would have had to go. All right. Feel free to write your comments in. I promise y'all I will answer them all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And that goes for, and then some of the men like Zoe and Walter, how do you feel you all would have responded in situations like this with your significant other or your children, you taking them to the hospital, and there because the second story was the lady and her husband. They were turned away, sent from the hospital, and the woman gave birth 14 minutes later in the car. So she was actually sent from the hospital with her husband. Do you think that y'all will be able to hold composure, or how do you feel you would respond in a situation like that where your spouse is being told they have to leave the hospital? Walter, I would have went to jail after snatching that bitch out of her chair. Pretty much, basically. Yes, Walter, most definitely. She would have came up out that chair. If I would have been like, for me to watch that video, I literally was at one of those spaces where you could just reach in and just snatch her out the chair. You want to just come here. Because, baby, no, absolutely not. And shout out to the woman that was recording, because there's no way I could have sat there. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, though. You was keeping it, you good, girl. Because I know me. Yeah. I know how that would play it out. And everybody that know me, that I've ever sat in the room with, and I've ever been a part of a birth, y'all know how Auntie is, how Auntie get. That it is definitely, I will beat you up about your own child. So a person in there, when they're coming into the world, being welcome into the world, or trying to experience, going there and do something like this, if you have, whew, I just got a woo-saw moment. Woo-saw, yes. But yes, Walter, she definitely would have been snatched up out that chair. She would have had to come up out that chair. She would have been on her back. She would have been trying to figure it out. She definitely would have been trying to make it make sense from the floor. Because I ain't playing with you at all. Not at all. Not today, not tomorrow. I don't want to play. Let me see. Oh no, I'm sorry. I just seen it. I got a post. Somebody sent me some and it went away. I apologize. Let me see what I just did. Okay, yeah, I definitely got this one in. So I was also sent the story again because of the timing that it was sent in. So y'all listen, y'all help me out, because if y'all get my stories in late to me, I can't get them over to DC in time. And y'all know my schedule, I be working crazy. So yeah, DC told me I have to have them to him the day, at least the day before a certain time. So I know some of these stories happen like in the last few minutes and hours and stuff. Because this one here was sent to me. Oh, actually, it was sent to me. So it happened this morning. So maybe that's why they was just sending it over to me. So, but that's fine. But if I don't get your story on that night, it's not that I'm ignoring you. Is I do have a timeline to get them in, and if I don't get it in before then, I will still try to address the story. But you may not get your video or your picture posted. So I had to say that. But well, we will jump into that one. I do have another story that is wild to me. I'm gonna do a little para reading on that story because that one was sent to me a little bit late too. So thank you. I think it says McKenna for sending that story into me from Tampa. So yeah, but to finish out that story, so if personally, I would have snatched her. It would have went bad, but I am a believer in at a hospital or a facility, you are already where you need to be. You are already there for medical services. So your peoples have no problem with getting to you quickly. Just remember that when you are bothering somebody in my family, friends, or anybody that calls me Auntie and they call me in to come in and stand for them. And yes, Auntie does that. You got a situation, you need somebody to speak up for you because you feel like you don't have a voice. Listen, call Auntie. Y'all can call me. Well, this is a phone call. I need to make a phone call. If you in the Hillsborough County area, you need me to pop up. I'm popping. For real, for real. Depending on how far we gotta travel, I might be there. You just don't know. Just let me know. Drop it over. We coming. Definitely when it comes to the children, when we come to injustices, when it comes to that, I don't have a problem. I know that I might seem like it's being funny, but I'm truthfully not being funny. I don't mind speaking up for you. I don't mind being an advocate for you. I do not. And if you are somebody that is in need, that just you need an auntie, you know what I'm saying? Call me. I am your auntie. I'm everybody's auntie. Most definitely. You have a family member. Don't feel that you don't. You have somebody. So with this next story, from Miss McKenna sent over to me, we are going back to Florida, which I had to come back to over the weekend. So we back in Florida, and Florida seems to rarely let me down when it comes to me needing material. But this, I guess we could say this is a good, bad situation. But it is 122 missing Florida children rescued in 2-week operation, the state officials said. So there's 122 Florida children were rescued in Tampa Bay, Orlando, Jacksonville, Fort Myers, and 9 other states, and 6 arrests were made through the U.S. Marshal Service-led initiative Operation Home for the Holidays. 122 missing Florida children have been found, the state attorney general James Uthmeyer's office announced on Monday. It is one of the largest child recovery operations in U.S. history. Over 2 weeks, a multidisciplinary task force recently rescued 57 children in Tampa Bay area, 14 in Orlando, 22 in Jacksonville, and 29 in Fort Myers. The operation also included recoveries in 9 other states. The children were rescued were aged 23 months to 17 years old. Many had experienced various levels of abuse, neglect, exploitation, or exposure to other criminal activity. Many of these kids have been victimized in unspeakable ways. We will prosecute their abusers to the fullest extent of the law. 6 felony arrests were made during the initiative, with additional charges expected as the investigation continues. So 122 children. Listen. Mm, to the cowards, and I'm gonna say the cowards because that's what y'all is. I said what I said again, and I meant what I said. And if you don't like what I said again, make it make sense for Auntie every Tuesday at come see by me. The fact that we have 122 children rescued means that we had 122 children that were in trouble. And the fact of this is, we know children are children. We have children, that yes, they run away. But the children that run away, that are on the streets, that that are out there, they are usually exploited. So again, we have to put the adults accountable. Adults, and you really have to put the adults accountable, because even in the situations of when your child run away and the children disappear, we have to take accountability into what's the reason that this child left or felt uncomfortable in the situation that they were in. And yes, we do have some children that are just, no matter what, they're going to feel as if they can't run your household, so they don't want to be in your household. But the fact that we had 122 children that were rescued from situations where, like, they're telling us that they were exploited, all type of things that happened to them. This is at the hands of and a lot of adults, because it's usually adults that have preyed on these children, that are subjecting them. Yes, we have peer abuse. So there does happen that, excuse me, we do have sometimes that you may have experienced something through a peer. But a lot of times there appear the children that are your age are not the ones that are providing housing, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? So these children are going out and they're finding adults. And I'm not going to say that some adults are not necessary in this process when these children are leaving homes, because there are some adults that step in. And I'm not, I was one. I was a parent that had, my place where youth felt comfortable if they were having issues with their family. And that's how I've been my whole life. I gave them a place to lay their head, but they also knew that at my household, I had rules. And even when we was a couple years apart, I could have been a couple years older than you, but if you was at my house, I had rules, I had regulations. I was a mother at a young age. I've always loved to help people. So I've always had an open door policy, and parents felt okay with their children being there because they knew their kids was there. They knew that they was around somebody that actually cared about them. So I've always been this way. I've always never mind having babysitting. I've always never mind, sitting them down, talking to them, telling them what it really was like as a mother when I was 15. I became a mom at 15. And I remember that's when all the shows, Jenny Jones and Sally Jesse Rapid, all those TV shows and things was coming on. And being that I became a parent so young, and you would see like all the shows with the young girls that was coming on, that's when Maury back then when they would come on and they had the wild, teens and the teens that wanted to have babies. And I remember I wanted to go out and I wanted to be somebody that talked to those kids to rescue them, to save them. I wanted to do that. I used to work for a company here in the state of Florida that did that. And even with that, I had, children that would lie get you in trouble. They would do certain, things to you. But that never made me want to say, let's go, I'm gonna take to abuse them. Yes, you take away things that they want, they have, you take away things that they have access to, but to the point of abusing them, to put them in certain situations for somebody to harm them. You never. So these people that claim that they care, I want all of y'all for real that's going out here getting these jobs. If you do not care about these children and these old people, keep y'all ass out these people establishment. I understand you want to work, but listen, this ain't the field for y'all. This ain't the job for y'all. And we're gonna call them out. DCF, you know what I'm saying? These DHS companies, these places, is y'all dropping the ball too many times. It's too many children that's going missing under y'all care. Listen, y'all, y'all literally have the ability to go into a courtroom and tell somebody that a parent is unfit. Y'all literally have the ability to go and play in somebody else's household, to take these people children from them, and these children end up in situations that are way worse than what they was in. These children lose their lives. These children become victims at y'all watch. You know what I'm saying? And then there's nobody that's being held responsible. I feel that if you take on that role, if you take on that job and you are found guilty of touching a child, all that extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to do all that. All that trial, fine, guilty. No, baby. You had any knowing, any knowledge. You was a part of this. You knew it took place. You are guilty. It's too much of that. It's too many people getting away. And because of the people that's doing it are sitting in higher powers, they got these seats. They're a part of this mess. They on lists. They doing, man, listen, bro, I don't care who you is. You should be held accountable. They should have a special court just for y'all. It should be y'all should go in there. Y'all should sit in a room of parents. That's who y'all jury of y'all peers should be. Anytime they go ahead and do a crime against a child, they should put them in a jury of their peers. They should put them for real, for real. They should put them in a courtroom with all parents. Parents, really parents that care. Parents that have lost their children to somebody with this craziness, or have had to endure this because some adult sat their ass around here and thought it was okay to prey on the child because they are not capable of being around adults, because they know adults don't put up with their mess. And I said it. So if you listening to Auntie, I hope and pray to God, if you are any one of these types of people that do any type of mess like this and you got it going on and you have been listening to Auntie because you want to be delivered, because that's what's going to happen. As long as you listen to Auntie, you are definitely going to make it make sense, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. So if you're listening to me and you hear me loud and clear when I say this, you need to be, delivered right now. You need to personally get on the phone and call me and talk to me about what's going on, because I need some of these people, well, not some of them, I need all of them to be held accountable. Every last one of them. If you are in a position and you are allowed to have access to people and you cause them any type of hurt or harm intentionally, if they can put you in the room with me, I don't mind. I don't care who you is. I ain't worried about who I'm going up against, because they're going to say, oh, well, this family, they got money in the court. Man, I ain't got time for all that. I do not care. I don't care about all that, because I know I stand on the side of truth. And I know that's gonna stand regardless of all of that. We're not gonna sugarcoat none of that. I'm never gonna sugarcoat that. I am never gonna make it be okay. I'm never gonna pretend it's okay. I don't think that it's okay. It will never be okay. That is not right. It's not right. Y'all taking to listen. Some of y'all getting beside yourself. Y'all just doing too much because it's being allowed to be done, and it's not right at all. Let me see what this other one was. This other story. Mm-mm. Oh wow. Not sure who just sent me this story, but it says a 23-year-old black woman who made it clear she preferred white men over black men was stabbed to death by her boyfriend a month after filing a restraining order. He then went head on into a car and set himself on fire. Okay. Well, um, yeah, I don't, baby, I don't even know what to say to that. Because and that's another thing, y'all, and I don't know why these labels. I'm gonna have to say that one for another day. These labels are literally getting y'all killed. The fact that y'all sitting there and it's sad. It's truly sad that because you choose to have a preference, you are dying by your preference. People like this, it it's okay. I truly think that there is a level of when it comes to interracial dating, um, that's a big topic because by no means am I a person that okay, so my thoughts. Okay, so I come from a multicultural pot. My whole family is mixed up for the variety. So by no means will I ever say, oh, a person shouldn't date a certain person because of this. However, I will say this: you need to pay attention to things around you with certain people in certain situations. I have seen people that get in relationships. I was just watching some of these videos that have been going viral with the they got that whole thing and my nigga oh I got one and then it's like the interracial friends and stuff are making these videos and they're supposed to be funny. I don't think it's funny, but it is, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, but it's not funny. Because at the end of the day, at some point, why are you even thinking that type to be making this type of videos to think that it's okay? And the person that's sitting there with them laughing, thinking that it's okay by them saying that, uh, that's not okay to me. But that's me. That's not anybody else. That's nobody else that I know. That's my opinion of it. I don't feel that we should be glamorizing. You know what I'm saying? That why do you have to glamorize the fact that you have friends from another ethnicity? Like, it's just crazy to me. And I think that we spend so much time with trying to put labels on things, and everything has become racist because we put it into black and white, and no one looks at the fact that it's just this is what it is thing. So I believe that when you start doing the whole racial thing, or I'm not going to date a certain ethnicity because of this or that, you literally set yourself up because you then become somebody that is preyed on and targeted. Because I truly feel that there are some people that enter into relationships saying that they are, to prove a point of them saying, "Oh, I'm not racist," to prove a point. Or there are some people that literally have minds that are twisted enough to get into relationships with people of different backgrounds just to harm them. We see it each and every day. We watch the TV, we watch the newspapers. People that go into relationships, people that meet people knowing who this person is, and you may not know who that person is. And this person has already created a vendetta against you. This person has already decided that you are going to lose your life to them for something that you may or may not have done just because of the skin color of you, your skin color, or people that you are related to. I did a story a few months back of a young lady that lost her life to a man she was dealing with, and it was because when everything boiled down, this man's family member had been alive, and had literally searched out for this young lady to unalive her and her child because it was a get back for something that somebody else did. So we are living in a world with some people with some twisted minds. And social media has given them access to, access that they normally would not have had, which goes back to why we have so much crime that has spread, because it was a time that, predators had to find their victims. Now, and I'm telling you, we're going to do this story. Predators, the real deal, had to find their victims. Now victims are finding their predators. And it's sad. The victims are finding their predators because when we're exposing ourselves all over social media, we're telling everything. They've already seen everything on our websites, on our pages. When we're exposing everything to everybody, we're giving them all access to us. So we have to be careful. You have to be very, very careful that we doing that. We're giving too much access to people. So yeah, definitely, definitely. That's a story. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to. I'm not sure. I don't see the name of the person because you do have the ability to send me stories anonymous. Walter says our home was robbed only one time, and it was when wife number 3 posted that we were going out to the exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. People prey on you, especially when these holiday season. And yeah, let's go ahead and discuss that before we get out of here. It's the holiday season. So be careful of what you are posting on social media, telling people your whereabouts. We out here, we be quick to post. Yeah, I post certain things because y'all see me post my trip. And I only posted one video, but I guarantee you don't nobody know when I left here and when I came back. And I promise you, people thought that I was in Georgia when I was in Tampa, and I was in Tampa when I was in Georgia. Because you don't know when I left and you don't know when I came back. At all. We give people too much access. Entirely too much access. I am sad. I am so sad that she lost her life to this because, again, social media has become, what I'm saying, and it's become the dating thing. And I don't feel like it should be taken away from, they say, a lot of stuff, crazy stuff happens through social media, and it's because of the level of or the lack of, the trusting ourselves. Not putting, and it's not so much as putting trust into other people, it's the lack of trust that we have within ourselves. Because a lot of times we open up the doors to people because we want to be included with whatever we're dealing with. And we just, allow them in too fast, or we allow their story, we allow whatever they have going on to cloud our judgment and our thought process. So we have a tendency to, give more access than is necessary or required for them to be a part of life. So this woman made a decision, and it's sad that you have to lose your life for making a decision, which goes back to what I said earlier, that we are losing our lives for decisions that we are making. And this is another one. I'm not sure what is going on. There is a video that is going around where apparently there are some children. Because now listen, I tell y'all, I speak for these kids. I do. I stand up for the children. But if your ass is bad and you out here doing something you ain't got no better, I speak to y'all too. Cause I don't mind. I don't mind coming talking to your bad behind children. But there's a video that is circulating the internet of a woman and her children that were jumped by some kids after school. And somebody said that the woman, I guess she's pregnant. So we're gonna go in. Y'all be careful out here with some of these so-called YNs, these children, these disrespectful little hooligans, and that's what they is. Because if an adult come to you, and if you come out as a child and attack an adult that's outside, you disrespectful, and you deserve everything that comes to you because apparently you feel that you wrong. So with that question, with those decisions that you make, baby, take all those consequences.
I have the story.
See, all right, we're gonna play that video, this story. Cause that's crazy. They're sending it to me right now.
All right, back to our top story now. A viral video on social media showing a mother and her children attacked by elementary students.
Winnie Dortch live at Orville Bright Public School. And Winnie, some tell you that this has been an ongoing problem.
Good morning. That's exactly right. The adults who showed up at the school today say while they are shocked, they're not surprised. Take a look behind me. They tell me they are demanding accountability, saying the students involved should be expelled. We want to warn you that we are going to show you some of that disturbing video, and you may understand why so many people are upset. This is how we show up. Chicago police escorted 33-year-old Karshonda Hatter into Orville T. Bright Public School Tuesday morning for a meeting with officials. A sea of supporters gathered around her, chanting. The Chicago mom is the focus of this video, seen millions of times on social media. She and her children were attacked by multiple other children Monday afternoon as they were walking home. WGN is not showing the full video as it may be too disturbing to watch. But here's what we will show you. You can see Hatter and her children walking as a group of elementary students followed and yelled at them. Next, you see the kids crowd around Hatter and her children, and that's when two of them started to punch them. Hatter was eventually thrown to the ground and jumped, as was her son.
They were literally waiting the way we walk home just to jump all of us.
So now we waiting.
Just to jump all of us. So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there, and then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Hatter and her 9.
So listen, y'all tell my niece to call me. And we coming. I want y'all to know the way, and I said this. I am ready. I'm ready. I'm so ready. The way y'all would have seen children flying across streets as I would have been kicking them and beating them down when they would have ran up talking about some elementary children. Do you understand the level of beatings that I would have handed out outside if I would have pulled up and seen somebody's children out there jumping on this lady? Do you understand how you would have had to go get every single member of your family to come and get Aunti up off of y'all? And I'm talking about the children. The fact that these children, you know what? Listen, we better save these kids because we got children around here attacking little 5-year-olds. Children. We have elementary style children. Y'all better listen. It is no reason, and I said what I said, so before they shut me off there, because I am going to say this, it is not by coincidence, it is not by chance that we have a level of children that do not care about anything in society. These children are COVID babies, and these babies have had the DHA pumped inside of them. The reason why your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up into these 13, 14, 15-year-olds have a letter of don't care because they have been created to make soldiers. They go up against adults, they are disrespectful, and they don't care. It's not all of them, it's some of them. Because every child was not meant to have DHA pumped into their body. Every child is not able to handle a brain stimulant. So if you go back and look, Auntie didn't make this up. Auntie is making it make sense. These children are the way that these children are. Some of it does not have anything to do with the way these children are raised. But what it is that these children have been pumped with a level of a list of chemicals, all types of it. And it is going with these children, and then the lack of accountability, because the children do not have to take accountability. Because what happened in the last 10 years, every rule that was set in stone to make you take accountability was taken away. Let's see, Show Out says, we protest so much sometimes we don't realize the consequences does not apply enough. Something needs to change, and why not the youth? Most definitely. Most definitely. As adults, we are sitting around here trying to create systems for stuff to make it better for us when you got a whole bunch of children that's running around here and don't care. So if you could tell me of these children, a group of kids that jumped an adult and her children, pulling kids' hair, beating on them, kicking on them, slamming on them. If these children will jump up against an adult, they don't care about us. Something got to be done. Somebody need to be making make sense, and it is the adults that need to take accountability, because it would not have gotten this far out of control if there were more programs that was put in place for youth. All the programs pretty much that was put in place for us when we were coming up, Boys and Girls Clubs, DARE programs, 4-H clubs, you rarely see them in effect. We see a lot of programs struggling that is supposed to be helping children. People keep telling me to go out and get a 501c and all that stuff. You know how hard they have made it to get that. So I do a lot of this stuff out of my pocket. And for real, I can't help all the kids, but I can help the ones that come in contact with me. I can't help them all. But I know that school, baby, y'all need some aunties in them. And I'm that auntie. Y'all definitely need some aunties in them. And that's my next group. We had I'm that auntie and I'm that aunt, and that is y'all coming together to help us raise these children. Like they tell us, it takes a village. And with that being said, and I love how God did that, because this was not planned. If you all make donations, if you want to sponsor a youth, I told y'all will receive that I'm that auntie or I'm that aunt t-shirts or memorabilia, whichever one we have. I do have some cozies for cups, depending on the level of donations that you meet. But sponsor a youth. Give them something to do. Again, we can't save them all, but we can save some of them. Sponsor a youth for this program in January. Sponsor a youth on a regular basis so we can do it in y'all neighborhoods. If you have youth and you need auntie to come out there and talk to them, if you have some parents that need to figure out ways to handle these children, y'all call us. I'll travel. Again, listen, I like to travel. We'll come. We coming. Yes, I'm telling you, ask Atlanta. We'll come. We'll come and have a ball. We'll come make it make sense. We'll come and do it for everybody. I'm telling y'all don't want to forget. Y'all don't want to forget. Y'all want to make sure y'all give y'all children something to do. Actually, get them a chance. So then, yes, make it make sense for auntie. Come out, give them the opportunity, because then now once auntie tell them, then you can't say they ain't know. They can't say they didn't know if they're in the building, if they present, and then they still choose to make another decision. And that's what we talk about. The theme is problem solving. Bring your kids out. It's from ages 6 months. Now 6 months up to ages 23 years old. Come out. You'll have a good time. If you are a part of the youth, we got to fix the problem. They're going to come out. You're going to come out with a problem. You're going to leave with a problem solver. We're going to come up with some things that, to make it make sense for the youth that may help somebody, may help a whole squad of people. But give them the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all do that. I truly want to thank each and everybody that tuned in tonight that made it possible. Shout out to all my sponsors that are a part of the Make It Make Sense with Auntie. Shout out to Miss K. I love you. I know you trying to get on the show. She trying. She said she be setting the alarm and she missed it. Y'all, listen, y'all ain't gonna miss her. She coming. She is definitely coming. But shout out to Mr. Show Out, who makes it possible for us to rock our brand, to make sure that we may have it available. If you would like to be a sponsor, or if you would like to be a vendor, reach out. Lemons Make It Make Sense at Gmail. You can reach out at admin@makeitmakesense.com. You can hit me up on the DM. You can give me a phone call. Whatever you got to do. The Eventbrite should be up in about 30 minutes. You can get your tickets for January the 3rd. Also, if you're in the Tampa area and you want to go on this event, contact me, because I'm trying to put together some travel arrangements for those that want to travel. This is the weekend before the kids return to school. Thank you all for tuning in. I love y'all. See y'all next Tuesday at 9. Make sure y'all stay tuned for Simple Complicated and 11. Thank you.